Okay, Pac-Manians here with 10.7, page 2, and now this is elapsed time, so we're doing this in with conversion of units. These are two ways to do it. There's another way that I'm going to show you that I think is really, really good. I'll show you a little bit of it on this lesson here, and then I'll show you more when we go to the other side, okay? So, it says here, Monica spent 2.5 hours working on her computer. If she started working at 10:30 a.m., what time did Monica stop working? So don't forget, once we go past 12, I'm gonna switch from AM to PM or vice versa, okay? So they have use a number line, and don't forget that half an hour equals 30 minutes, right? A quarter hour equals 15, and 3/4 of an hour equals 45 minutes. It's gonna come up down here too. So I'm just gonna use a number line. They start at 10:30. It works really nicely when you've got half-hour increments, okay? When it's not half-hour increments, then you've gotta think about it. So 10:30, if I jump an hour plus 1 hour right here, I go to 11:30, okay? So that's one of my hours. 1 hour, I got 2.5 to go, so I'm gonna add another hour plus 1. I'm gonna do my little jump all the way to here. And at that point, I go from 11:30 to 12:30, okay? And then I'm gonna go another half an hour. So I'm gonna go plus a half, which is just to right here. All right, and that puts me at 1 o'clock p.m. This is a.m. here. Once I get past 12, I'm in the p.m., okay? All right. So that's one way to do that. Another way is to use a clock. I find this to be somewhat difficult because I've got to go, if I'm starting here at 10:30, I got to go around to 11:30, then to 12:30, and then I take that hand halfway around again. That puts me at 1 o'clock. So for me, you might want to get like a little handheld clock, right, to do something like that. But Monica stopped working at 1 p.m., which is this last part here, okay? So here's this hand started here, it went from here to there, so that's the hour, and then you take this little half-hour hand and you would move it all the way to the top, which would put that at 1 o'clock. So if that works for you, that's awesome, okay? Robert's soccer team needs to be off the soccer field by 12:15, so that's an end time. Each game is at most 1 3/4 hours long, so that's 1 hour and 45 minutes, okay? 3/4 of an hour is 45 minutes. So what time should the game begin to be sure that the team finishes on time? So you could subtract the minutes first, so they gotta end at 12:15, and so I'm gonna go from here, I'm gonna go backwards 45 minutes, and that puts me at a 30 time, right? So I'm gonna put a 30. 45 minutes earlier than that is gonna be 11:30, right? So I'm at 11:15, 12:15, sorry, 12:15. I go back, I'm gonna be into the 11th hour, and then I keep going all the way till I get to 45 minutes, and that puts me at 11:30. I was at 12, went past the 12, that means I go back an hour. And then if I have to take off another hour right here, I'm gonna go from 11:30 back an hour to 10:30. Okay? So, having said that, one of the things that I would do is I would set it up like this: 10:30 plus 2:30. Okay, I get 0, and that's a 6, that's a 2, and that's a 1. Well, anytime you know that this is a 6, I'm gonna cross that out and add 1 here. Okay, and that's gonna give me 13 o'clock. This is what we call military time. Anytime I get military time, I just subtract 12, and I get the actual time. Minus 12, and I get 1 o'clock. Okay, which is the exact same time I got here. This is gonna come in handy with some of the other future problems, okay? So if you didn't get it here, you can go back, rewatch it one more time, and then watch some of the videos that are coming up, okay? For me, I like that method really, really well unless you just kind of get time. Okay, next page coming up.